everybody. I just came from the movies from watching It Lives Inside. This movie was good. Good story. It was directed by Bashal Duda and it stars Megan Suri as this girl named Sam, high school student. Um, her and her family moved from, I believe, India several years back, and they're still making a life for themselves. And one of the conflicting things that's going on with Sam is that she's trying to integrate herself with regular culture here in her high school with her peers. You see her struggling with that, and how her mom is very traditional and hardline, tries to, still kind of reel her in about those kind of things, but she's resisting, teenagers. There's this evil, diabolical entity known as the Pisage. I hope I'm saying that right, Pisage. I don't know. Hope so. According to the Hindu Indian religion, it's a demonic entity that feeds off of negative energy from humans, and feeds literally like a parasite onto them. And you see the consequences of such actions very early on in the film, and how it starts affecting other people, particularly a childhood friend. You see this in the trailer. A childhood friend of Sam's, who is walking around with this jar. You see this in the trailer. Like, she's walking around with this jar. It's kind of like a jar like this, right? The thing is just paper. And it was trapped in the jar. I know it's weird. Like, wait a minute, it's a spirit. How can it do that? This being, in the movie at least, can manifest spiritually and physically. And in order to keep it down, keep it intact from hurting anyone, it has to be contained in something. It could be a jar, it could be a box, it could be whatever. Things get bad and it comes out, right? And both Sam and her friend Tamara, if I'm saying that right, are dealing with this malevolent entity that wants to hurt others, particularly them, since they're the ones most in close proximity to it. And what you see throughout the movie is a gradual, descending into this very bad, conflicting, and scary. It could be scary. Was it scary to me particularly? No, because it's me, and I become kind of nullified or null to horror, supernatural horror, which is kind of a drag, I suppose, because, this is something I grew up on. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's a good movie. I really did appreciate, and I actually learned quite a bit about, what the Hindu religion has to talk about and describe regarding its gods, and they have a lot of them. And particular entities like this Pisage creature that and it looks like a creature. It looks like that. If when you see this creature in the movie, when you see this, you're gonna be like, really? Like for me, it was like, wow, that looks. It kind of looked. I mean, it didn't. It was scary, sure, but it kind of looked kind of cool. I don't know why. I was like, wow, that's a cool looking creature. I want a replica of that on my. I want to put it next to my Godzilla. It looks like something Godzilla would fight. It was that twisted and crazy looking. It had teeth. It had dead. It was pretty cool looking. I don't know. Anyway, in the film, she starts to unravel what happened to the people before her, before even her friend. Apparently, there was a suicide. A year earlier of another family of from India, and they never solved that case. It turns out it had something to do with this being. So you see her first resisting this, and then what I appreciated was that throughout the film, she starts realizing, you know what, this is a bad thing, and I need to face it, and I need to listen to my mother more. People, listen to your mothers. They know better. They really do. Mom knew what to do when she finally, met her where she was at. And then parents, we got to meet our kids where they're at too. We can't shut them out either. So there's this, and that's another thing I appreciate in this movie, the dynamic in the relationship between Sam and her mom. Her mom, like I said earlier, traditional, very, very religious, very, the Hindu faith and everything, and the dad was pretty cool too. I kind of like the dad as well, and it's just the three of them, and she and the mom. There was a bond. There's a bond there. You don't see it initially because there's a lot of conflict, but as the movie goes on, you begin to see it, and you begin to appreciate what a parent and what a child is willing to do for the sake of the other. I mean, that's love right there. And in this film, you see it come out when they go up against the Pisach, this evil demon-looking entity thingy, which had its moments. It didn't, like I said earlier, it didn't scare me too much, but I was like, there were moments when I was like, what? Like it was pretty cool. Another cool character in this was Sam's teacher. Her name was Joyce, and it was played by Betty Gabriel. Betty Gabriel, if you see her, you'll know she's from the movie Get Out, who was, by the way, the producers of Get Out produced this. So, that's probably how they got her in the movie. And she was great. She was a great supporting actress in this film. I really liked her care, her nurturing as an educator, as a teacher in the high school that was really concerned about Sam and Tamira as well, to kind of find out what's going on. And she got sucked into the whole thing. A couple other people did too, but maybe I'm giving out too much. Another thing about this malevolent entity is that not only will it feed off the negative energy and vibes that you get, it will tend to also attack and even hurt, maybe even kill those that are trying to protect you from it. Gotta be careful. So in this film, you kind of see all of those elements kind of play into that. And it makes for a good story. Scary for me? Not really. But it kept my attention. I wasn't bored. It was a great story. My eyes were wide open. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give It Lives Inside 3 coffee cups. I've been giving a lot of horror movies lately 3 coffee cups because they've been kind of good. It's been a kind of a good year for horror films, to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time I gave a film less than that, to be honest with you. And it's not even because of the scare factor. It's because of good story, good character development, good plot. That's really what I'm gunning in for. Because if I try to do did they scare me enough? It's not. I'm gonna rate it terribly because, like I said, it doesn't work like that with me anymore. There are very few films that do that to me. They're out there, but they're not. They're few and far between at this point. So there it is, people. My review of It Lives Inside. Wait until you see the ending, how this turns out. So make sure you watch that third act, and you'll be like, wow. Talk about some sacrifice. Watch it. Go to the movies, check it out, come back, talk to me, let me know what you think, comment below. If you like this review, please consider subscribing and tap on that bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. Oh yeah, I love saying that. So don't forget to drink your coffee, don't forget to watch your horror films. 2023 ain't over yet with this, we got a lot more to go. Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. Until next time, guys, take care.